And it's Booker T, 6-time world champion, my man Brad Gilmore from Manscaped. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here. And let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies included in this bundle, guys. Brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose and hair trimmer, and essentials aftercare products like the Crop Soother, the Ball Aftershave Lotion, and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Oh, yes!
That's right, Book. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. And did I mention? It's waterproof too. Manscaped, they did us a favor, Book. All the listeners of the Hall of Fame, and they threw in 2 free gifts. The Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest.
Yeah, and start the new year off right, because when you look good, you feel good. Manscaped help you sculpt the best version of yourself for the year ahead. New year and new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped got your grooming resolutions covered. Guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code Booker. Happy New Year to your balls. Sucker! And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this: chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com and use promo code and receive your first month absolutely free, man. Visit BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Hey, are you ready to elevate your game and your style? Hey, this is Booker T, and together with Brad Gilmore, we're here to introduce you to something exceptional from PXG, their line of new golf apparels. Now, you already know PXG's reputation for creating some of the most high-quality, high-performance golf clubs out there. Now they've taken the same dedication to excellence and applied it to their latest apparel line. And let me tell you, they absolutely nailed it.
I've had the pleasure of wearing PXG's apparel out on the course, and I'm genuinely impressed. The quality, top-notch. The style, unmatched. The fit, like it was tailored just for me. These pieces aren't just designed for performance on the greens. They're crafted to make you look and feel your best, whether you're sealing deals in the office or enjoying a night out on the town.
And from the sleek polos to the comfortable but yet stylish pants, from the versatile quarter zips to the cozy sweaters, every item invites you guys to play all day long.
That's right, BT. PXG has something for everyone. We're talking about pants, polos, sweaters, hats, quarter zips, joggers, jackets, skirts, everything you could possibly want. You know, Book, we got some PXG gear in the mail, and I gotta tell you, I love the PXG hat. It fits just right, and that silky smooth PXG polo they sent got me feeling right out on the course. I feel like I get a couple extra yards out of my drive, and it also works real well in an office setting. I don't feel out of place, but I feel as comfortable as possible. So you tell them, BT, how can they get this PXG gear like we got?
Now, here's your chance to experience the PXG difference. Don't just play the game, elevate it. Visit pxg.com/Booker T. Use the code, man, Booker T, and step your game up on and off the course.
Again, elevate your style game on and off the course with PXG Spring Summer 2024 collection. Head over to pxg.com/Booker T and use the code Booker T to save 10% on all apparel.
PXG, nobody makes golf's apparel quite like it.
Yo, what's happening? Houston, this is the place to be, and I am TMC in the place to be with my man Brad Gilmore and the one and only, the champ, the man Booker T. So let's get it popping.
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. As always, man, we get ready to do this thing. Because you know why? Because I'm feeling good coming to you live from ESPN 975, 925, as well as Podcast Heat. We giving it to you like we always do. And all you guys stepping into the Hall of Fame today, we want to thank you for participating. You know, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. How you doing, dog? How you doing?
I'm doing good, BT. I'm doing good. You know, we got a lot of love from that Nikita Lyons interview that we did a couple of days ago on the show, and not only that, I'm looking forward to Las Vegas. You know, next week. It was touch and go for a minute.
It's going down. It was big night of festivities. Fireworks supposed to be going down. Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. But Keith Thurman had a bicep injury. I don't know if he had a tear. I don't know if he had a pull. I don't know what's happening with it, but he had to pull out of the fight. But stepping in, Sebastian Fundora. It's hard to get that out. Sebastian Fundora. This dude, he's about 6'8". I don't know. He's about 150 pounds, but he's bad. But he's coming off of a big downfall. Got knocked out by Brian Mendoza a few months back. A shocking knockout as well by Brian Mendoza. This kid was touted, Bandura touted to be the next guy, touted to be the top dog of the division, and now he's have the ultimate chance. You know, in fighting, it's all about redemption, going back out there and being redeemed to step up against Tim Tszyu. This is going to be a major fight. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shut out. Going down in Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, the Zone going to be airing this thing. Of course, you definitely want to check in and get the app. Get the app. Do it now. I do it for you, as well as the co-main event. A lot of people call. I even made the mistake when I first was aware of this guy. I called him Isaac, and they're like, wait a minute, it's not Isaac, it's Isak. Isak Pitbull Cruz taking on Rolly Romero. That right there, man, that co-main event is going to be the one to watch. That might be the one that steals the whole show. We know Rolly Romero is a young man that carries a big punch, unorthodox in so many different ways, but very skilled boxer. But we saw what happened with when he tried to walk down Tank Davis. He walked right into a trap. Bang! Got caught with that big shot, and it was all over it. So to see that fight right there, for me, that's my main event. I can't wait to get to Vegas. It's going down April 30th, guys. Brad and I, we will be there for Radio Row. We'll be there on the 28th doing our thing, bringing it to you blow by blow. We gonna, you know what? We might even, go stream blow by blow from the fight. You know what I mean?
We might do it.
Can't show you no action, but we might just give you the blow by. You know what? We might just do it. All right, just to let everybody inside the Hall of Fame and get their full feel of champagne wishes, caviar dreams. Show them how we do it, because I'm like, it's like Megan Thee Stallion. We about to pop off.
One of the more, you talk about music and boxing, one of the more memorable times we had was it was the Wilder Fury fight, I believe, in Vegas. And at one point before the main event, they play Sweet Caroline. You know this song, right?
Yeah.
This is a song, like, look, my people, when this song comes on, it's like something in our genetics. We have to get up and sing it. I don't know what it is about it. It just happens, and so I remember looking at Peter Rosenberg was there, and we're looking at each other, we're singing Sweet Caroline to each other, and I look back over my left, and you're sitting there like this. It's so upset that everybody's singing Sweet Caroline. Why were you mad?
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous song. I mean, and the place was, they had invaded the place that night as well. You know what I mean? There's so many people in there, from across the pond. It was nuts, man. It was
a lot of Europeans.
And it was such a crazy night, man. I remember running into some guys outside MGM Grand. They were like, who you going for, Booker? Who you going for? I'm going for Fury, man. I'm going for Fury.
And Booker told every British person he was going for Fury, knowing damn well he was going for Wilder.
Man, those folks be drinking a lot, man. They be drunk. They're looking for a fight. So you might as well just give them the answer that they want to hear. I mean, come on. Make them happy and just move on, because you can get into a fight or something, man. It's nuts.
You were just giving them a moment. You were giving them their moment. They're like, I saw Booker T and he wanted Tyson.
Hey, give them what they want to hear, bro. Give them what they want to hear. You know what I mean? Speaking of Tyson, what do you think about the Mike Tyson fight that's going to be coming up with Jake Paul?
Look, when Mike came back in 2020 and had the Roy Jones fight, I think we were all pretty excited about it. Just to see Mike back in the ring. If I remember us talking on the show, it was like, hey, it's going to be cool. But we thought, okay, this is a one-off, maybe just kind of an exhibition thing. And then remember, there was talks of him and Holyfield right after that.
Yeah.
And then Holyfield went and fought Vitor Belfort, I believe.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a really great evening for anybody.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. It was an ugly sight.
It was an ugly sight. And that was when I believe Holyfield was 57 at the time that happened. And so now that's sticking in my head. As much as I love Mike Tyson, we got to kick it with him in Vegas one time when we were out there for the fights. Going up against Jake Paul. The thing is, I don't see a win-win here for either man, right? I kind of see look, they're going to win from a payoff perspective. But what kind of fight can it really be?
Only win-win situation is Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul. It's the only win-win.
That's a win for Mike. Yeah, it's not a win for Jake.
That's a win-win. I mean, for Jake, he's a young guy. He put himself in this situation. The only win-win situation is if Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul. That's it. If Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson, everybody's going to expect that. If Mike Tyson quit on the stool. That's not going to be something that people is going to say, man, that's unbelievable. No, I mean, I'm serious. Because it could happen. That young guy could put that much heat on Mike Tyson over the course of 3 rounds. This thing could, this could not be, it could be one of those things where it's not a pretty sight. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully, you know,
I'm
hopefully,
hoping he knocks him out.
hope-
Obviously, I want Mike to knock him
look,
out,
that's not going to happen. That's
but
not
I
going to
don't feel like it's going to happen.
That's just not going to happen. We got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame, man. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Oh, yeah. It's going down Reality of Wrestling April 13th at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. In the house, King of the Indies, man, Matt Cardona. In the main event, special attraction match against one Kenny King, man. It's going down inside the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. I can't wait. Also, the road games, man. The road game's going to be going down April 20th. If you want to be a part of it, guys, we always talk about, when we do our fantasy camps, guys, you want to be a part of it. It's not a fantasy. It's going to be a reality. If you sign up for the road games, you have a chance to win $5,000 goes to the winner. And you know what? It might be a couple of other little bonuses in there, a couple of nuggets thrown in there by the time the road games get here, guys. So if you want to be a part of it, go to realityofwrestling.com and sign up right now. Do it, guys, because we are on the search for the ultimate athlete. I wish I could do it.
What's stopping you?
I'm too old.
Can you tell the story about being, trying out for American Gladiators? How'd that come about?
No, American Gladiators, they were coming to town. They were, a search for contestants for the Gladiators. I thought it was to be one of the Gladiators. That's what I thought. Yeah, but when I went down, I found out what it was about. I was like, okay. Took my son down with me because I wanted him to see me go through the experience. And it was one of those things, win or lose. I needed him to actually see, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. So for me, that's what it was all about. But I remember the first First test they wanted us to do was do 50 push-ups in 60 seconds on these two fingers, on just these two. Okay, literally. And I got about 40 in me. And that was it. That's all I mustered up. And I fell out literally in the first round. I was out.
Wow.
And the thing was, I realized later on that it wasn't designed for someone like me to win this competition because I was a little big, and the gladiators would have had a little bit tougher time with someone like myself, 220 pounds. So they were looking for guys that was like 175, 180 pounds that they could actually get in there and beat up. And I didn't realize till after, it was all over with. But it was a great experience because I was one of those guys that I just did not want to look back, when I was 40. And I said, man, I wish I would have tried that when I had a chance, when it came to time. Man, I wish I just didn't want to be one of those guys. That's why I always tell people about reality of wrestling and fantasy camp when you hear about it, and you always wonder what it was like to be a professional wrestler. Go do it. Just try it. You know what I mean? It might be the toughest day of your life, but it may be the most rewarding day of your life at the same time. So for me, it was about just, seeing if I can do it. Yeah. Good.
Did you feel, you talk about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Did you feel the agony as you were walking out of there, or were you like, oh, hell no?
No. You know what? When I was walking out, I was planning for the next one. I was like, man, I'm finna go in training. I'm gonna make sure I prepare for whatever they're gonna throw at me next time. So I was gonna put myself through some of the hardest training one could ever possibly put themselves through. Push-ups, like I could do 100 push-ups right now. In one set, boom, no problem. Back then, my mind wasn't thinking that way. But I said, when they come back to town, I'm gonna be ready. They never came back. Yeah,
because the Gladiators didn't run a long time, right? It ran a few years and then went away and then came back.
They had a few seasons after watching the documentary. They had a few seasons, and after watching it, the documentary, I'm kind of glad I wasn't chosen as one of those guys because when looking back on those guys right now, a lot of them really dread actually putting themselves through that. The documentary is almost like a dark side of the ring tale of, the gladiators, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of glad I did make it.
Yeah, I know WWE fans. I mean, there's been a couple of wrestling personalities involved. Hogan hosted it for a minute, but the original host was, what's his name? Who was in WWE? He was the general manager, Mike Adamle.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Adamle was the original host for a long time. I think he hosted it for the longest. And were you there when he was there in WWE, Mike Adamle?
Yeah, I might have been there for a minute, but I don't remember any interactions with Mike Adamle.
Yeah, I remember very little about his run. But he was I think it was in like 2000 something, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a weird choice. Sometimes WWE wants to bring in like an outside name. Let's see if we can make something of them, And Adamle had, because when you look at American Gladiators, you could tell there's definitely some crossover if you're a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah, you can see Mike Adamle, playing that role.
Yeah,
he's got that voice, he's got that energy. It's just a matter of him knowing the players. That would be the hardest part for him, I think.
Yeah, I think that's where he would mess up. I think he called him like Jeff Harvey.
Yeah, I think that would be,
stuff like that.
It's just like this week on NXT, I said Malik and Blade. It was kind of funny.
Stuff happens, you know what I mean?
That's how much I know about these guys. And Vic goes, that's the same guy. Well, maybe they need to change their damn names. Oh my God, man. Malik and Blade. Oh man, it's crazy.
So things happen. But yeah, Road Games goes down on April the 20th. Here just in a few weeks. And Book, the week after we get back from Vegas, it's gonna be a short week because guess what we're doing? We're heading to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. Yeah, man.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. I got a one-man show on Friday, early Friday. Of course, we got the Hall of Fame ceremony, NXT in 2 nights, extravaganza, 2 nights of a spectacle called WrestleMania. So yeah, man, it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be a busy week, man. I'm looking. You know what? I'm sucking it up. That's the only thing I can say about this WrestleMania week coming up here in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have to just suck it up, bro, because it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, hard times. You know, like Dusty said, it's gonna be hard times. But you look forward to that week. For me, I look forward to it being over. But it is the most exciting time of the year. I must say that.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I always tell people, like, until you go to a WrestleMania and get to really drink it in, man, like, it's hard to describe how the vibe that's at WrestleMania and the whole week leading up to the two events. And now that it's 2 nights, like, I feel like that made WrestleMania even better. Don't you agree?
You know, I tell you what, I didn't think the 2 nights was going to work out. I mean, in the beginning, I was like, man, what the hell are they thinking? But I love the 2 night WrestleMania. It's definitely brings a feel to what we do that's special, something that nobody else can pull off. You know, so I'm looking forward to it, as well as the way they set this one up as far as night 1, night 2. You know, the bloodline pretty much featured in both nights. You know, so it's a hell of a culmination of what the bloodline has pulled off.
Yeah, you know, Lincoln Field, I mean, it's going to be what, 70,000 people in there both nights, sold to the brim. And
Wonder
man,
what that
that's just
weather gonna be like, though, man. I'm thinking about that weather. I'm praying to God, you know, to drop a little warmth on us. You know what I mean? Just try to make sure we got a little bit of warmth, you know, in Philadelphia, because I'm gonna be doing the kickoff show, which I think they changed the name now. What, right?
what's up? I don't know. Did they change it?
Kickoff show did a name change. I can't think of what it is, but Vic was telling me about it. I got to
Man,
do
it
both.
looks like it's going to be in the 50s.
50s I could take.
50s
You know
we
what I
can
mean?
take.
I could take 50. You know what I mean? I could dress warm, turtleneck. You know, even though I don't even own a turtleneck, I will find one. This for that night. But we gotta take another break, man. We gotta take another break. I see the super chats are coming in, guys. Stick around. We'll be back in one momento.
She's a business owner and a former beauty queen.
She sure is, and she also performed with the godfather of soul himself. Now she's changing people's lives. Charmel Huffman doesn't do this for fame or fortune. She says it's what we all should do to help each other. And I was honored to sit down and talk with this incredible superstar for our 2024 Remarkable Women finalists.
I am Charmel Huffman, and I am co-owner of Reality of Wrestling.
Charmel Huffman's mission with her husband, world-renowned wrestler Booker T, is to change the world of wrestling and change lives.
So hopefully their dreams can come true like ours did.
Huffman's own dreams began in 1991.
I was at Spelman College, majored in math, and all of a sudden became Miss Black America.
It led her to the godfather of soul.
That was an amazing 3.5 years of my life. A young girl from Gary, Indiana, and I was able to literally travel the world. You know, James Brown was a legend.
Then to success with wrestling and induction into the WWE Hall of Fame.
My father used to always say to me, to whom much is given, much is asked. And I've always felt that desire to give back.
Through the Booker T Fights for Kids Foundation, she's given out college scholarships, backpacks, helped single moms, women with breast cancer, and veterans, and even filled 18-wheelers full of hurricane supplies.
There's a need, we tend to step in. And we do it quietly. We don't want the attention, we just want to help. It's important because somebody took a chance on me. So for me to be nominated for this is just extraordinary.
And you can watch Reality of Wrestling, which airs right here on CW 39 Sunday mornings at 1 a.m. And to learn more about Sharmell Huffman and all that she does, head to our website, CW39.com. We're CW 39 Houston. No wait weather and traffic.
Boom! That's the queen, baby. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. That's what we do, man. We out there just grind like Nipsey Hustle all my life. Grinding all our lives. That's what we do, man. But seriously, man, seriously. But do we want to get into super chats?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think right before we do, I do want to ask you about NXT from last night, but also Stand and Deliver shaping up to be quite the card, man.
Yeah.
What's standing out to you so far about Stand and Deliver? Because we know your girl Roxanne Perez, our girl, who's kind of turned her attitude into a different way a little as of late.
Turn to the dark side. Turn to the dark
turned
side.
to the dark side a bit. She's gonna get that championship match that she's been after. It was made official last night. Stand and Deliver. What are you thinking?
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving that match with Roxanne and Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria, she made a pivotal mistake. Pivotal mistake. Running into this match on all adrenaline and emotion. You know what I mean? Fueled, with emotion. She's injured. She should be somewhere thinking about, resting up and coming back 100%. But no. She has to step in there and prove herself. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Roxanne Perez, we've talked about it. We've talked about it many times. This attitude that she's taken on as of late, it's not something new to me, because I've talked to Roxanne about, you got to be able to step on some toes. You got to be able to step on some toes and keep on walking Jack. You know what I mean? You can't be thinking about friends and being a locker room leader. Oh, no, you can't be thinking about that. You got to be thinking about Hall of Fame stats. You got to be thinking about checks and championships, because Brad, the road to the throne is long. You know what I mean? So that's what Roxanne Perez is thinking about. And that boy Trick Williams taking on Mello, that's going to be another monster, as well as the Dunn taking on Ilya Dragunov. That match right there is going to be something special as well. So we got the tag team title match that we don't even know who it's going to be just yet. So we got a whole lot cooking in that pot for Stand to Deliver. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, man. We're really looking forward to Stand and Deliver. What's going to be going on WrestleMania Saturday. WrestleMania Saturday is when that takes place, man. And so we're looking forward to that. And so much WrestleMania weekend. Now, what is this one-man show you got going on? What is that about?
Well, I'm going to be I'm signing autographs, and I'm going to just be doing the Q&A. It's set up through WWE, but it's going to be a nice little day. It's going to be about an hour set up, and we're just going to be, just kicking it old school. Nothing special, no props or anything like that. Just me spitting it like it was back in the day. All questions will be answered. No filter on anything. There's no question that's off limits or anything like that. It's going to be what I might title as the open book.
The open book.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
So people can people in the Philadelphia area.
I might even tell some stories about some people. I might tell some stories. I might even run up on somebody. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. Anything could happen. When it's the open book. Okay. Yeah.
Anything can happen. The road to the throne is long, of course. Well, that's coming up. That's coming up at WrestleMania in just 2 weeks, book. Just 2 weeks. I think we're there. Mm-hmm. So I can't believe it's that close. But we do have some super chats. You want to get to a couple of them?
Might as well.
This one comes from BJ6, and BJ6 says, Booker. Booker, when are we getting that Extreme Rules match between you and Ahmed Johnson? There's still time left for Mania.
You know, I don't even know why people still talking about Ahmed Johnson, man, to be honest. That's not even his name, all right? His name's Tony Nards. We've talked about that before. We're not referencing that this guy's Ahmed
Well,
Johnson.
you did duck him, book. You ducked him on the on the debate stage. You know.
The thing is, it's nothing to debate. You know, look at my career. Look at my career.
Yeah.
Look at my career. Okay.
35-time champion.
You know, Hall of Fame, you know,
2 times.
2 times. All right. Something that's very, very rare.
Wife's in the Hall of Fame.
Wife's
Brothers in the Hall of Fame.
Everybody, the whole family's in the Hall of Fame, except Ahmed Johnson. You know, but we're going to debate. Well, why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Why is he, my record is like that. You know what? That's another story, man.
Okay. So no Extreme Rules match is going to happen at WrestleMania?
No Extreme Rules match, you know. Catch me at a con or something, you know what I mean? I got like 3 good minutes in me. Okay? 3 hard good minutes. Trust me. That's about as extreme as it's gonna get.
Richard Jr. See, you know, like the thing is with this show, that's gonna get, that's gonna be the headline. Booker T says, "Come see me at a Comic-Con. I got 3 minutes for you." That's the headline. Normally, I'm pretty good at calling these out.
Hey, bro, that's the truth. I mean, I ain't got time to be going train for no fight. You know, I know I got 3 good minutes in me. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a hard thing. That's normally all a fight lasts. A real fight.
Yeah.
A real fight is not going to last more than 5 minutes.
Oh, a real? Yeah, no.
A real fight is going to last about 2-3 minutes at the most. 2 minutes. I say 2 minutes. Then somebody's going to have to stop it. Somebody's going to be out on their feet. You know what I mean? Something like that. Seriously, right?
I agree.
I've never been in a fight more than 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And I've been in a lot of fights. A lot of them. And I've never been in a fight more than a couple of minutes. And I remember one time this kid beat me up in my own yard. And it didn't take him but about a minute and a half.
Now, we talked about the agony of defeat earlier with the American Gladiators. That one getting beat up in your own yard, that had to sting.
It did. It did sting. It sting quite a bit. But it was a lesson learned, though. It was a lesson learned. I just had to toughen up. I didn't, hold it against the kid or anything like that. I didn't, go back looking for a fight after that either. I was smart enough to know that. I said, man, I got to help my game. That's all it was. You know what I mean? What we call that is charging it to the game. All right.
Charge to the game.
Charge that one to the game. That's all it is.
It happens, man.
It happens.
Now, did you ever have a rematch with
Oh, we never had a fight ever again after that. I don't know if I instigated that fight not, but I wasn't going looking for another ass whooping.
This one comes from Richard Jr., who says, "Will Trick Williams' music distract Roxanne Perez?" I
don't think so. I think they're going to be working at 2 different times on the card. I know Roxanne, she might hear the bass. She might even want to vibe to it, because I'm gonna tell you right there, it's gonna be loud, man. It's gonna be loud. We've sold so many tickets for that show. It's gonna be one of the biggest shows NXT has done since back when they was drawing all those big crowds. It's gonna be like that again. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, NXT stand.
I think it's gonna be more.
Again.
It's gonna be more than 10,000 people watching it. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's gonna go down at WrestleMania Saturday, April the 6th, from the Wells Fargo Center. Let me ask you one thing though about that. What's the earliest you've ever had to wrestle in a day? Because the reason I asked, this one starts, I believe it kicks off at 11:30, shows at noon. It's pretty early in the day. What's the earliest you've ever had to wrestle?
Like 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning. And where did you do that?
Well, we used to film at Disney, WCW.
Oh, right.
We used to do that every 3 months. We used to go there and film every 3 months, and we would stay there for a couple of weeks. And we'd have to get up in the morning and go do the TV tapings. The fans were, pretty much plants because they were at Disney, so they would be there just, hang out. But 10 o'clock in the morning, boom. If you didn't have to work, you can go back to the hotel. That what was really, really cool about it. And then you can put my juggalos on the list when I did the gathering at 2:00 in the morning. I was wrestling.
Oh,
So
I guess that's technically earlier.
technically, yeah, that's much early, 2:00 in the morning. So yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, like, okay, you get up at 10 a.m. What is that like body wise? Because normally you got to get up and you can warm up a little bit, you get in the mindset, whatever. But to me, you're rolling out of bed at what? Like, okay, if you're wrestling at 10, what time are you getting up?
7.
You're up at 7, so that's not that long of a window.
I
3
mean,
hours to get
it's
to the
not,
building, eat.
I mean, but it's like riding a bicycle. I mean, as long as you
Is
got
it really though?
yeah, you got the crowd in front of you. They're giving you that energy. You just think about it, man. I mean, it's just part of what you do. Just think about those boxers when they got to wrestle in Abu Dhabi, and it's 3:00, 5:00 in the morning or something like that, and they got to still go out there and fight because they got to make sure it's on American TV time, stuff like that. It's just part of it. You get that adrenaline rush, and you know what your job is, and you go out there and execute. We got to take a break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. And it's Booker T, 6-time world champion, my man Brad Gilmore from Manscaped. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here. And let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies included in this bundle, guys. Brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose and hair trimmer, and essentials aftercare products like the Crop Soother, the Bald Aftershave Lotion, and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Oh, yes!
That's right, Book. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. And did I mention it's waterproof too? Manscaped, they did us a favor, Book. All the listeners of the Hall of Fame, and they threw in 2 free gifts: the Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest.
Yeah, and start the new year off right, because when you look good, you feel good. Manscaped help you sculpt the best version of yourself for the year ahead. New year and new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped got your grooming resolutions covered. Guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code Booker. Happy New Year to your balls. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know we probably got a few more super chats. We might as well hit one of them.
Happy New Year to your balls, everybody.
To your balls.
To your balls. This is from John JID 999. I just found out Adrian Street wrote multiple books and made music. That guy was talented. Him and Miss Linda were the perfect couple.
Man, Adrian Street, man. Miss Linda, that goes back to, like my Paul Boss days, watching wrestling. And Adrian Street, man, he was so talented. And the thing was, I was a kid watching back then, but I always knew who was the really, really good wrestlers. And I knew the guys who was just on the card. And Adrian Street, he wasn't a guy that was just on the card. He was so unique, so flamboyant, so different than anybody that came out before him or came out after him. You watched him do that little fairy, like act, and then when the bell rang, Adrian Street would turn into it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's the way it was, man. And I swear he made me believe in professional wrestling. I was I was on YouTube not too long ago, and I was watching one of his interviews. And it was an interview when he's older, and even as an older man, he's still so intriguing the way he approached the game of professional wrestling. One of a kind, man. One of a kind.
Well, who like when you think about early innovators, I mean, really, the flamboyant characters and over the top characters go back to the beginning of pro wrestling, especially at the turn of the 20th century with Gorgeous George and people like that. But who do you think were some of the, early influencers and kind of leaning more into the character side of wrestling when you were kind of coming up? Like who could you contribute that to of like, man, they really put a lot into the character early on? The first thing that comes to my mind is Gorgeous George, but
I mean, of course, Gorgeous George. I mean, because he was like the originator of guys that were not just wrestlers but characters. Um, but as far as like that goes, I don't know. Maybe Adrian Street would be the one that would come to mind after after George. For me, um, just because he did it in the '70s and the '80s. And I think that was his, highlight of his career. Um, but so many of them, even Goldust, leaned into it to the point to where you go, God, man, this character is really evolved into something that, you know, is must see TV. You know what I mean? It haven't been that many guys that have been able to take that, that character and really, really make Adrian Adonis. He did it.
Adrian Adonis, yeah.
Adrian Adonis, he did it very, very well. And I don't know if you've watched the documentary on Adrian Adonis, back Dark Side of the Ring, I think it was.
Mm-mm.
And he said he wanted to make that character so over because he wanted to stick it to Vince McMahon for putting that character on him. And I was like, wow, Adrian Adonis was one of the, just watching his career, he was one of the toughest dudes you ever wanted to. He was the wrestler's wrestler. And then to find himself doing that character, but then saying, I'm going to make this something so special, it's going to be undeniable. I totally, I appreciate that attitude, because that's the attitude I've always taken, with wrestling. No matter what you give me, I'm going to take it. I'm going to make it the best I possibly can. And that was Adrian Adonis.
Adrian Adonis, Adrian Street, Gorgeous George. I was just looking here, trying to find who were some of the early adopters, but definitely George comes up high in the conversation. Just look at this. This is sweet, man. This is 1948. Okay, there's no sound here, but this is just Gorgeous George living the gimmick. You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Living the gimmick. Just look at this. Pulling up having the guy help him out, the chauffeur help him out, opens the door for him. Look at just how he's even walking into the store with his cane there, trying on the different gowns. This guy took it to the next level early on. You see a lot of Ric Flair right here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at him.
Just the look on his face.
Getting his hair done. And also, for people who don't know, Gorgeous George also very influential for a young Cassius Clay, right? And Muhammad Ali. Ali stated he got a lot of his influence from Gorgeous George there. This is awesome to see.
It really is. It really is.
This is wrestling history right here.
This is a pre-tape.
Yeah.
Before pre-tapes.
This is a vignette, right?
Vignette, yeah.
And look at him getting his gold curls done and then get into the ring. They're spraying the perfume around. I mean, this is amazing that this footage actually exists. And can you imagine the kind of heat this guy got back then?
Just think how over that would be today. I mean, that's over it today. Yeah.
But I mean, the heat he must have been getting for doing that gimmick. Look at him work too. Look at that
speed.
Oh man. He's got a, you know what? I mean, just from this right here, he's got to be
Oh
almost
my
no
God,
conversation.
man! Now you see why he was one of the greatest of all times.
Oh man,
That's why we look at him as the founder, of entertainment, taking wrestling and making it what you want it to be, and totally, taking it to a level to where only you can take it there. I love it, man. I swear to God, man, I really do.
I mean, yeah, and
That
that to me is
embellishment,
like
that embellishment is amazing.
the epitome of pro wrestling, right?
Yeah,
I
it really
mean,
is. It really is, truly.
I just wish, you could have been in the house, then this is before the internet. This is before the Vince McMahon promo where he kind of said like, hey, this is a show, guys. This is way, way, way back in the day where I'm sure, I mean, the heat he must have got. Oh, can you imagine? Hey, can you imagine the names he was called, especially like being like,
Oh my
so
God, yeah,
slow.
yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Woo, man.
But the thing is, what was cool about it was, he played that role, but he could beat up all the guys too.
Yeah. He
That's what.
knew what you were just talking about. He knew when the bell came, none of that prancing prissy stuff anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Let me go out here and show these guys. I'm a man. You know what I mean? I'm just as much man. I'm even more perhaps than you are. So I love it. Yeah.
That was so cool to see, man. Shout out to Gorgeous George. Shout out Adrian Street, everybody. All the people who kind of made pro wrestling it to what it is today from back in that era. This is from Big Breezo. Thank you for calling that Obafemi match book. Do you have a favorite Hall of Fame speech?
It might be being biased, but I think my wife perhaps had, one of the best Hall of Fame speeches in Hall of Fame, history, to be honest. Just from a timing and feel and flow perspective, it was unbelievable. I mean, it really was. People talk about my Hall of Fame speech as well. I've never gotten a chance to see my Hall of Fame speech. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I would say Charmel, to be honest.
Charmel's was so impressive. And when it's funny you say that because her name came to mind and somebody else from her class did. But with Charmel's, I think what she did differently than maybe anybody else who's ever been inducted into the Hall of Fame was have this really well thought out, beautifully worded and executed acceptance speech. To whereas a lot of people, you and I think are similar in the sense of like, I'm not big on writing stuff down ahead of time too much, like word for word. It's like, here are my points. I want to get this in and I'll work it in somewhere. I'll speak extemporaneously. I think a lot of the guys are like that. Charmel did hers so eloquently and was so down to the letter and the diction and the pause. Like you could almost hear the commas, written down. And to me, it's such a difficult skill to bring to life, something that I don't think I could do. And in the same class, Taker's speech, in a whole different perspective, was incredible because Taker, I saw when he came out with the gimmick, when he had the gimmick mic, the Madonna mic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, we're in for it.
I would think we're gonna be here for a long damn time.
We're gonna be here for a minute. But also one of the coolest moments in pro wrestling I've ever been involved in is being able to participate in, I think it was about a 3.5 minute or more standing ovation for the Undertaker.
Yeah.
What a moment that was.
Oh, what a moment, man. What a moment. Yeah, I mean, I like Taker's speech as well. You know what I mean? But I still got to get the nod to Charmel.
Yeah. One of the best, man.
Timing and execution, length, everything was perfect. We got to take another break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
2 long years I've waited for my return. 2 long years I've been training, growing, and doing whatever it takes to get better, to become faster, stronger, deadlier. Finally, I make my return to reality of wrestling. The last time I came, I plowed my way through. This time, I'm coming for a fight. so be prepared. My name is Shauna, and I come with the spirits of the Pahlawan Malayu flowing through my veins, and I shall lay waste to anyone who stands in my way. And this is a prophecy.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. The show cut. Going to be making his return to Reality of Wrestling April 13th. Oh, man, I cannot wait. It's going to be a hell of a show, guys. If you hadn't gotten your tickets, I'm sorry. Because we sold out, man. We sold out. But we are trying to create some more space in there for you guys, so stay tuned to realitywrestling.com. We're going to be opening up some seating here in the next couple of weeks. Knocking out a wall, building up the risers a little bit higher so we can get as many people inside that Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena as we possibly can. So, guys, stay tuned to realitywrestling.com.
Yeah. You have to figure out if you can get squeeze a couple more folks into the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena show cut, making his Walker Texas Lawyer Arena debut, as well as Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, which seems like that Zack Ryder seems like forever ago, doesn't it? Like I think he's cemented himself as Matt Cardona, and if he ever were to come back to, let's say, WWE or back to AEW or whatever promotion he would find himself in, I feel like he would have to be Matt Cardona now.
He's done a good job. I don't think there's no way he can go back to Zack Ryder.
No,
I think those days are over. I really do.
Yeah, it's like if Cody came back as Stardust.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be like, what?
Yeah. Those days are over. I think he solidified himself and put himself in a position where, it's going to be beneficial for him in the long run. I know for me, coming to WWE, WWF back in the day, and being able to keep my name, Booker T, man, he let me know that I was a star, baby. Big time star.
Can't do nothing else.
You can't replace that name, Booker T. So we got to keep it. We got to keep him. Just give him all the stuff.
Give it to him, man. Talking about Stardust, I actually had a question for you. Did you get to see the Rock concert the other night?
I didn't.
Okay. So he sang a lot of songs out there, like he normally does. Very funny stuff, very entertaining. He's doing this thing. He got some heat online. This is why I'm asking. Got heat online for saying, and to me, I feel like it's a harmless joke. He's calling Cody Rhodes an accident or a mistake. Accident, because, he was born later in life or what have you. Do you find that to be out of bounds?
Not really.
Because I don't see what the controversy is.
What's
people are saying like, you shouldn't. Well, like, you shouldn't make fun of somebody if they want to have children.
Everybody's so sensitive. Everybody's so sensitive these days, man. I think that's the problem, man. Everything, could be made an issue because of the sensitivity level that we're living in now, to where you can step on somebody's toes when you're really just having fun, or you're creating wrestling. You're creating a story. It's just like going and watch the movie Django. I'm not going to go and watch the movie Django and come out feeling any different about white people than when I went into the movie. I mean, I'm serious. So it's a movie. So when people start taking this kind of stuff literally, it's when we got a problem. I mean, I would hate to be a comedian in 2024 because it's so hard to tell jokes without offending someone.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we've talked to comics about it before. Now, to me, I feel like he shouldn't have gotten heat for that. The other one, though, that really popped the internet was his joke about John Morant. Did you see the joke? Oh, I guess you didn't. He had a joke about John Morant. I actually want to play it so that we can make sure I get it right. I don't want to mess up his joke. You know what I mean? But this is The Rock had a joke about John Morant. Let's see if we can unmute it here.
Just like John Moran when he's waving a gun. I love you, John. We love you, brother. Get well soon. You're simply an embarrassment, son. Just like John Moran when he's waving a gun. I love you, John.
John Morant reacted.
They were in Memphis that night, obviously. So played up the local hero, the heat on the hero. You seem to have gotten a real big pop out of that one.
Nobody can get away with stuff like that, but like The Rock, you know. I mean, it's just perfect, though. You know, it's what wrestling is. It's what wrestling always been. City gonna get roasted. You know, no matter, you know, when you come to the city, you know, the city don't always get roasted, especially if they're doing something negative. It just takes someone like The Rock that could really be able to use something like that. And The Rock right now, he's entertaining. He's entertaining, and he's playing his role. His role is to go out there and get as much heat as he possibly can. You know, when it's time for you guys to love him again, you'll love him. Okay? But right now, it's not that time. Right now, it's my time to go out here and make you fans hate me as much. That's what I love about a good heel. A good heel is not going to be thinking about what's going on the internet. A good heel is not going to be thinking about, what does his merch sales look like? You know what I mean? It's not what that's his job is to go out there and make those fans cheer as loud as they possibly can when the time comes. And if he's not doing the damnedest job at doing that, we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. To tell, Dave LaGreca to go to hell, and all the rest of these people. I'm serious. It's as real as it possibly can be. You know what I mean? It's real. And that's what I miss about this business is the realness of it. And guys really being able to call out crap when they see it. I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, to me, it's probably one of the freeing things of being a heel is that you get to kind of tell the truth. You know what I mean? Like when he's cutting a promo on certain people, like, okay, let's use Dave LaGreca. Shout out to Dave, by the way. But if he's using Dave LaGreca, when he's talking about him, yeah, he is sitting there in what looks to be a basement and wearing a pink bathrobe.
Yeah.
And he's whining about wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's call him out.
Call it exactly what it is. And it's like, I'm gonna tell you, it's a man's man thing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I've said it before in professional wrestling, when you're a man in professional wrestling, the women, they're gonna love you, and the men, they want to be like you because you're cool. You got something going on. They make you feel like you're one of them. You know what I mean? So, and The Rock right now he has no filter about telling people what he really feels. And I love that, man. I love that. I'm so serious about that. I love it. And, I just say, keep it up because that's what this business needs.
Apparently, Cody Rhodes, now I didn't get a chance to watch Monday Night Raw in whole the other night. I got to see parts of it, but apparently Cody shot back pretty viciously. Did you see any of Cody's stuff?
I didn't. I was busy.
No?
I was busy, bro.
Yeah,
busy.
well, I mean, he definitely took a few shots at The Rock back and got a lot of praise from a lot of people. Now The Rock's also calling himself the final boss now.
Yeah, he is. I heard that. Yeah.
Which we might need to call gimmick infringement. You know what I mean? For our guy Ryan Davison. Ryan Davison been the final boss.
Yeah.
For quite some time in reality.
Last time, something like that went down, they gave me a phone call. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, Buck, is it cool? This time they didn't give me a call on us. The Rock, though, he feel like, since he's on the board,
he can do what he wants.
He can pretty much do what he want to do. You know what I mean? But we're gonna have to check his ass. And
it's gimmick infringement.
Lawsuit might be coming. I'm just saying.
Gonna have to do that in
court. Look here, we can settle out of court. We ain't got to get there. You know what I mean? We ain't even got to get there. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
We have another super chat here. This comes from Kai Toenail. Where does Nia go from here? I thought she'd make her way into a triple threat at WrestleMania, but nah. So now, how does she get to Mania? Nia versus Jade. I don't think they're gonna do Nia versus Jade, but she did, have the last woman standing match on Monday Night Raw with Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
and came up short against Becky. By the way, Becky Lynch was at the White House. I don't know, did you see that photo of her and the president?
yeah. Joe Biden.
I thought it was fake at first.
He wanted to get with her. Yeah,
Who's Biden? That's what Biden said.
Joe Biden said he wanted to wrestle her.
Okay, well,
Jiggy Joe. That's what they call him, Jiggy. But no, what was the question there? Nia Jax?
Nia.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Nia's going to do to get back to that spot. I don't know what she's going to do to get to WrestleMania. Definitely was a bummer, her going out there and losing that match to, the man, Becky Lynch. But Becky is on a roll right now. Becky's hot. It was a great match. It was definitely a great match too. I give Nia Jax so much credit for going out there and performing at the highest level because you didn't know what was going to happen. And that's the beauty of the professionalism and the art of that one put into it. So I give Nia Jax so much credit. And I want to thank her for coming on the Hall of Fame, giving us just a little bit of her time. We got to take another break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Just chopping it up, talking a little sports and entertainment. Just want to remind everybody about the big fight going down on April 30th live from T-Mobile Arena. It's going to be good. Keith Thurman was slated to fight Tim Tszyu, but had a bicep injury stepping in. Sebastian Fundora taking his place. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be one to watch, as well as Isak Pitbull Cruz versus Rolly Romero in the co-main event. It's going to be on the Zone, guys. If you don't have the app, you might want to download it. Do it now, because that might be perhaps fight of the year, fight candidates. Both of those fights could be fight candidates of the year. So Brad and I will be out there 28th Radio Row doing our thing, bringing it to you live. We were thinking about streaming the fight live, blow by blow. Now, you know what? We ain't thinking about it. We gonna do it. Co-main event and the main event. We gonna stream it live, blow by blow. We gonna give you guys the action up close and personal. All right? How about that?
Pending Wi-Fi. Pending the Wi-Fi there. We'll see.
Pending the Wi-Fi. Because they do, sometimes they try to jam you in there.
They
You know,
do.
They do try to
I
jam
think they
the
do that
Wi-Fi.
intentionally.
They try to jam the Wi-Fi in there, but I'm gonna bring the little chip. All right, I'll bring the little
All right, there
chip.
you go.
All right, and we'll see if we can get it to work.
You
How
know,
about that?
last time the fight we walked over from our hotel to. Oh man, remember how hot it was last
Yeah,
time? Oh
yeah.
brother,
It was
but I
so
remember.
hot out there, man.
Oh my God, it's so hot. But I remember,
Remember all those people out there that day for the presser?
I couldn't believe it.
It was like stupid crazy, and it was so hot out there. I don't know how somebody did die out there. Seriously.
I can't even imagine. I mean, because like for people who've never been to Nevada, like the heat there is different than any other kind of hot that you'd experience because it's like a baking you heat. You know what I mean? Like here, the humidity, yeah, it is what it is, but like you don't feel. I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting roasted.
Yeah. When you come out the hotel and you got to squint, that's when you know it's hot. I'm serious.
You do have to squint. That's
You
true.
got to, right?
Yeah.
You got to do that. That's when you know it's hot as hell out here, man. Because that's what you're thinking. And you can barely open your eyes. It's crazy, dog. Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it was like
man.
110, right? Like it was like
Yeah.
110 degrees
Yeah,
out there.
seriously.
I mean,
But
wow, man.
I can't wait to get back to B1, though. Yeah, can't wait.
We're gonna get to the one. It's gonna be probably warm out there again, I would assume. Or no, it's probably gonna be a nice little climate when we're there.
Hopefully.
But it's always fun. I will say at these fights, it's always fun to people watch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely.
See the kind of characters that are coming in.
Oh,
And
that's
we
the
had a
best
nice
part.
little setup last time.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that same setup. Seriously, so
Yeah, we were
Steve,
there.
if you're listening,
What up,
Steve,
Steve?
big shout out. I want to thank Steve for making this happen as well. And like Brad said, we get that same setup right there in that little, box area overlooking everything. And I'm talking about it when I say everything, I mean everything. Talking about people watching. Oh, it's some people watching going on, man. So yeah, man, we're not as close to the fights, the outside fights, the audience fights, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
I like being close up to that action too, So, but no, man, I'm so looking forward to getting back to Vegas. I really
Yeah,
am.
it should be good. We do have another super chat in here. I know we're wrapping things up today. As we wind down, let's get to our next super chat. This comes from Virgil Dawkins. There's no greater feeling than being champion. Do you think it's fair for Rock to feel a little cheated that he won't get his moment, even if it's him? Even if it's him. Do you feel like Rock's cheated that he won't get his moment as champion?
Nah, I don't feel like Rock know what this thing's about. I don't think
Rock wasn't going to go over against Roman.
I don't think that's what this thing is really about at all for The Rock. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong, but Rock loves the business. I said, 10 years ago, if Rock could find his way in WrestleMania 40, he's going to do it.
You did say that.
Just to be, I predicted this 10 years ago that something like this would happen, and it's just because of his love for the business. When you see The Rock and he has goosebumps when he walk out on the stage, those are real goosebumps. They really are. I mean, it's a feeling that you get when you walk out that curtain, man. It's like nothing that you've ever felt before, and I experience it every week walking out of the NXT curtain. Just walking out they introduce me, they give me my old, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, boom, play my music, and I got to walk to the desk. And it's almost like going back and watching Randy the Ram getting ready to walk through the curtain. And then he walked through it and he's, working in the deli. But that feeling that he got right before he walked out, man, it was a magical feeling that never goes away, man. It never goes away. And I think that's what Rock is feeling right now, as well as being able to still give back to the business. I think The Rock is giving back more right now than he's taking away. I could be wrong. I can be wrong, but I think I really truly believe that The Rock is giving back more now than he's taken away from the business.
Oh, yes.
That's just me. I
Absolutely.
could be wrong, and a lot of people saying, "I don't rock this." The Dave Look records of the world. He's he's the bad man. He's not that kind of stuff. I don't know. And people like that, I don't know if he was serious about that, if he's working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because The Rock is really, like I said, in a position to where he could be sitting drinking pina coladas right now, not worrying about any of this.
Yeah, I don't think The Rock's sweating Dave LaGreca too much, in general. Shout out to Dave, but I don't think he's sweating any of this. And I don't think it was ever about the title. It was about the moment.
Yeah.
Because for years people were saying, "Oh, Rock Roman, Rock Roman, Rock Roman, Rock Roman." This was about a moment, man. But look, the one thing I can say is that The Rock adapts and then remakes his game plan probably better than anyone, right? And when he figured out what the audience was giving him, we don't want to see this feud between you and Roman. Boom, they turned it on a dime. He went heel, and think about all the great moments we've gotten as heel Rock so far. We would have been deprived of that had it gone to plan. So this is going the way it was supposed to happen. And do I still think at some point we're getting Rock and Roman? Yeah, I think it's going to happen. This is coming from Guru Shiki. Hey, King Booker, I wanted to start wrestling, but I have plantar fasciitis. Is that still possible?
I don't know, man. It's something you might want to consult with your doctor about right there. I'm not a doctor or anything. I couldn't tell you what the throwbacks from trying to wrestle having something like plantar fasciitis, especially over the long haul. Because wrestling is something that it's not something that you can just do sporadically. It's something that you really got to throw yourself into like 100%. And the training, literally, I think is harder than actually going out and performing, unless you on a WWE schedule. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely think that's something you want to, sit with your doctor and talk to him about that.
Yeah. We're not medical professionals.
Yeah.
Plantar fasciitis, though, I know sucks.
Yeah.
That's like it's like a bone spur in your foot, right? Essentially.
I think so. Yeah.
So that would make it difficult, but yeah, definitely talk to a doc. People have come back from other stuff before. I mean, look, we talked. What was it? Kerry Von Erich didn't even have a foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He figured out how to work. Alex Cosentino, what was your first mark out moment in wrestling?
I've never had any mark out moments. Only one, really. I wouldn't say never, but only one mark out moment, and that was working Brian James, in the Joe Louis Arena, and I had him in a real chin lock, and the crowd went crazy, and we didn't know what was happening, and Muhammad Ali was walking down the aisle, and I turned my head and I see Muhammad Ali walking down the aisle, and I tell I said, just stay right here, don't move. It says Muhammad Ali's coming down the aisle. And he said, Brian, he said, turn me around and let me see. So we spent around, boom, and I've still got that real chin lock on. And we watched Muhammad Ali walk all the way to his seat, take his seat, and then we continued the action. That was the only mark out moment I think I've ever had in professional wrestling.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
What an incredible moment. Yeah, when I think it was at Ric Flair's last match, Road Dogg was there, and I went and was talking to him, and I brought that moment up. He's like, "Oh my God, I remember it like it was yesterday." And he was like, it looked like he was transported right back to it.
Yeah, that was his last match in WCW, and he went up
right. Yeah,
his last match in WCW, and
then he became the roadie.
Yeah. We got one more segment, don't we?
I think this is it.
You sure?
On my count.
All right.
On my count, but if you want to go another, we can go another round.
Just making sure. I mean, did we get all the super chatters?
We got them all.
All right. Well, shoot, man, we good. I thought we had one more. That's just my bad. This new time, we just going in.
We just went on a new time, yeah.
Yeah. But guys, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame today, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We're on the road to road games. On the road to road games. We're on the road to the reality of wrestling April 13th as well, guys. Don't miss out. Don't get shut. I want to thank Brad, all the heavy lifting, man. We Appreciate you. Till next time, guys. Peace. We love you, and we out. Hey, are you aware of how exposed your personal information is online? Hi, I'm Booker T alongside Brad Gilmore, and we've delved into the digital realm to discover just how much our privacy data is out there for the taking. You'd be surprised or maybe even alarmed at what we found. We did a simple Google search of our name and email addresses, and the results were eye-opening. Our personal information from full name to home addresses and even health records was all laid to bear. It's unsettling to think that this information can be sold to data brokers, making us a target for scammers and spammers.
And Book, that's where Aura comes in. A service we've both been using and genuinely endorse. Aura scans these data brokers and reveals who's selling your information, then helps you opt out automatically. When I checked my Aura account, I was shocked to see the number of brokers that had my details on file. But it's not just about reducing spam. This is about safeguarding our digital lives. Hackers can exploit this information to breach our social media, bank accounts, and more. Aura's comprehensive protection, which includes antivirus, VPN, password management, and even identity theft insurance, offers a robust shield against these intrusions.
Think of it this way. You wouldn't secure just the front door of your home and leave the back door wide open, right? That's why relying on a piecemeal solution isn't enough. Aura provides an all-encompassing security suite that's always on, ensuring my peace of mind.
We're not just talking about protection, we're talking about convenience. All of these features come in one package, easy to set up without the hassle of juggling multiple apps.
So, if you value your privacy as much as we do, consider giving Aura a try. Guys, visit aura.com/Booker T to start your 2-week free trial. It's time to take control of your online presence and secure your digital world.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership.
This is one of the all-time best pieces of advice ever given on the show.
Actor Rainn Wilson.
The number one thing that psychologists point to with young people of why they are struggling so much in this mental health epidemic is they don't have resilience. So how do you build resilience if you don't understand suffering itself?
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hi there. Sorry for the interruption, but are you enjoying this show on Google Podcasts? You should know that the Google Podcasts app is going away this spring. That's right, going away, gone as in no longer available. You can still enjoy this show elsewhere though. Try out Spotify or Amazon Music, or maybe TuneIn is more your style. Whatever app you switch to, be sure to follow so you never miss the next episode. And thanks for listening, wherever you listen.